The basic structure of the cell. We all are consist of cell. It is structural and functional unit of our living organism. So today we'll learn about the eukaryotic cell. So as the eukaryotic cell consists of variety of organelles in it, we'll learn each one in detail. I am Ujwala and welcome to our channel Science. As you can see, the internal structure of the eukaryotic cell consists of variety of organelles like nucleus, cytoplasm, mitochondria, centrioles, lysosome, peroxisome, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, and many more. Let us see each one in detail. Here, the cell is consist of majorly three parts: the outermost covering, the cell organelles, and the cytoplasm. So first, the outermost covering is the outer layer, that is cell membrane. As you can see, it is made up of lipid bilayer membrane. Double layer of lipid is there. The globular lipid along with the proteins which work for the movement of material into and out of the cell. Internally, it is consist of the cytoplasm. So as the cell wall, whether it is the animal cell or plant cell or any bacterial cell, the outermost covering is always there to protect the cell. Here, the cell wall is semi-rigid, external and non-living covering of the cell. The cell wall gives support and shape to the cell. The cell wall is entirely lacking in animals. The cell itself secretes the cell wall, and primarily it contains a complex polysaccharide carbohydrates that are the cellulose, hemicellulose and pectin. After that, as we have seen, the plasma membrane or the cell membrane. It is the outermost covering in animal cells, while it is inner to the cell wall in the plant cell. The plasma membrane is a living, ultra-thin, elastic, porous and semi-permeable membranous covering of the cell. Primarily, the plasma membrane provides mechanical support to the protoplasm. That is, the protoplasm consists of cytoplasm plus nucleus together, and it is also delimits the protoplasm from the exteriors, so it protects from outer enemies. It checks the entry or exit of the substances, and due to its semi-permeability, it transmits necessary material to and from the cell. It consists of the outer and inner layer of protein and middle layer of lipid, as we can see clearly over here. The main lipid of the membrane are phospholipids, cholesterols and glycolipids. So here, inside the cell membrane and the protein input and output, there is a whole internal structure known as cytoplasm. It consists of variety of organelles, that is the second part. Now you can see clearly the cytoplasm is a gel-like liquid which contains salts and water, and these all are the variety of cell organelles are there inside the cell. So first we will talk about the nucleus, that is the main and third part. This nucleus, as you can see, there are small pores are there on the upper side of the nucleus. The outermost layer is a nuclear membrane. The small pores present on the nucleus, also known as nuclear pore. If we can see in a close concept, you can see internally there is a whole massive structure is there, where a thread-like long projectiles are there, which is a genetic material. Inside these chromosomes, the DNA is being located in a variety of area. It controls the cell produce and protein. So, the nucleus is located in a centrally area, spherical cellular component which controls all the vital activity of the cytoplasm and carries the hereditary material, that is the DNA. The nucleus controls the center of the cell, and it consists of majorly three structures, that is the nuclear membrane or the envelope, then the nucleoplasm or the chromosomes, and the nucleolus. So these are the major part of the nucleus. So after the nucleus, if we can see clearly that the outermost small rounded structure are there known as ribosomes. These ribosomes are the miniature for the protein. They produce protein. What mRNA comes out from the nucleus area, ribosome will bind together and form a new proteins. New proteins produced from the ribosome will go to the endoplasmic reticulum and they bind over there. The amino acids group together and make a whole unit of the protein. Here in the endoplasmic reticulum, they will be remain fixed for few time. So the ribosome are a minute spherical structure known as ribosome remain attached with the membrane of the endoplasmic reticulum and form a granular or a rough type of ER, that is endoplasmic reticulum. The ribosome over here are the originated in the nucleolus and consist of mainly the ribonucleic acid, that is RNA or protein. The prokaryotic cell contain 70 S ribosome while the eukaryotic cell contain 80 S ribosome. Each 80 S ribosome is composed of two structure units, a smaller subunit known as 40 S subunit and a larger subunit known as 60 S subunit. And the ribosome also occur freely in the cytoplasm and they are the site for protein synthesis. So at the time when mRNA comes out from the nucleus, it attaches with the mRNA from both its unit, that are the larger one and the smaller one. So this is how the ribosome will work. As we have observed, the protein formed after the ribosome which will enter into the endoplasmic reticulum. The complex protein will remain in the endoplasmic reticulum for some time and then after it will be transported further. Here for the transported, one another complex is there, that is a Golgi body. Here the endoplasmic reticulum. The cytoplasmic matrix is traversed by a vast reticulum or network of interconnecting tubules and vesicles, which is known as endoplasmic reticulum or ER. The membrane of the endoplasmic reticulum may be either smooth when they do not have attached ribosomes or rough when they have attached ribosome with them. The endoplasmic reticulum forms the ultrastructure of the skeletal framework of the cytoplasmic membrane and the matrix, and it provides mechanical support to the cell. So it is known as cytoskeleton of the cell. It also acts as an intracellular circulatory system and it circulates various substance into and out of the cells by the membrane flow mechanism. Further, the endoplasmic reticulum acts as the storage and synthetic organ. For example, it synthesizes lipids, glycogen, cholesterol, glycerides, hormones, etc. So this is how the endoplasmic reticulum will help in the cell function. As we have observed that the protein after ER go to the complex structure known as Golgi body. It is flat folded sacs. Here the Golgi body is having vesicle and a globular structure in it. It is a kind of transporter for the protein prepared and eliminated from the ribosome. After that, the protein will be traveled with them inside the cell or sometimes outside the cell as per their need. Sometimes some irregular substance may also enter into the body. So here the Golgi complex, it is in the cytoplasmic matrix, a stack or a flattened membrane bounded parallelly arranged organelles occur in the association of the endoplasmic reticulum and known as Golgi apparatus or Golgi complex. Each Golgi complex is composed of many lamellae, tubules known as crystine, vesicle and vacuoles, as we have observed. The membrane of Golgi complex are of lipoproteins, and these are supposed to be originated from the membrane of the endoplasmic reticule. The function of the Golgi complex is storage of protein and enzyme, which are secreted by ribosomes and transported by the endoplasmic reticulum. Further, the Golgi complex has most important secretory function. It secretes many secretory granules and lysosomes. In plant cell, the Golgi complex is known as dictyosome and secretes necessary material for cell wall formation during cell division. Here the lysozyme, these are about 4, that is 0.4 μm in diameter. It is bounded by a single membrane. The cytoplasm of animal cell contain many tiny sphenoids or irregular shaped membrane bounded vesicles known as lysosomes. The lysosomes are originated by Golgi complex and contain many digestive enzymes. This function is a digestion of food material. The lysosomes are also called a suicidal bag because they work for killing the irregular materials. After the lysozyme, one more is there known as mitochondria. Its first function is for the powerhouse of the cell because it provides major energy to the cell functioning. So here the mitochondria in the cell, in the cytoplasm, it is of the most cell occur many large size rounded rod like structure. The mitochondria can occur singly or in a group, and the shape and size vary from cell to cell, because if some of the organelles of the body functioning and working more, they need more energy and they require more mitochondria. Here, two membranes of lipoproteins bound the mitochondria. The outer membrane form a bag-like structure around the inner membrane, and the inner membrane gives out many finger-like folds in the lumen of the mitochondria. The fold of the inner mitochondria membrane are known as cristae. The mitochondria also contain a circular DNA molecule, and the ribosomes are capable of synthesis of certain protein. So internally, as we can see, it contains the DNA. Sometimes the structure known as cytoplasmic vacuoles are also found inside the cell. Here it may be numerous, small, large, hollow and liquid filled structure. It also contains some kneaded material. The major function of the vacuoles is for the storage of food and other granules, as well as the transmission and maintain the internal pressure. The bounded by single membrane structure which is known as tonoplast. Generally it contains water molecule, phenols, flavonols, anthocyanins which are the color pigments, alkaloids, sugar and protein as a food product. Other organelles like plastids are also present. The plastids occur commonly in plant cell and their diameter varies from 4 μm to 6 μm. They may be colorless or colored. The colorless plastids are known as leucoplasts, usually have storage function and store starch and lipid. Then the color plastids are there, known as chromoplastids or chromoplast. The leucoplasts usually have storage function and store starch and lipid and may call the amyloplast and the lipoplasm respectively. The chromoplasts may have many forms and pigments, but those having the chlorophyll are the most important, and these are called chloroplasts. The chloroplasts help in the biosynthesis of foodstuff by the process of photosynthesis, majorly in the plants. After that, there are also one more organelle known as centrioles. Here, the centrioles in the centrosome contain dense cytoplasm and is located near the nucleus of animal cells. During the cell division, the centrosome is found to contain two rod-shaped granules known as centrioles. The centrioles consist of 9 fibrillar units, and each fibrillar unit is found to contain 3 microtubules, as we can see over here. At the time of cell division, the centrioles form the spindle of microtubules, which help in the separation and movement of chromosome during concluding stages of the cell division. So this is helping in the cell division and collecting the DNA at one end so that it can be complete further with a fulfillment and better. This is how the whole eukaryotic cell is constituted. Please subscribe our channel and click the bell icon.